Good morning, everyone. This is Becca from Becca's Music Room. I'm here today with a day in the life of the music teacher vlog. We are getting it down there. It's the first week in April, so I only have 6 more weeks after this one of school left. Not that I'm counting or anything. But anyway, so we're getting down to the wire. There will only be a few more of these, obviously, because, you know, can't have a day in life of a music teacher if I'm sitting at home. So it is Friday of the first week in April, and anytime you hear me say that it is a Friday, you can just automatically assume that it has been a week. Because the only reason that I would wait until Friday to film is if I keep thinking, maybe tomorrow will be better, maybe tomorrow will be better. And it took a while to get there. So this week was like crazy town. Monday and Tuesday were just so incredibly awful. I don't really know how to describe them to you. Like, they were so bad. Just like, yeah, I can't even tell you anything else about it other than it was just like really, truly that terrible. And my computer is not logging on. That's not fun. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, so Monday, just my 5th grade this week has been awful. My 1st grade this week has been awful. I called like 10 parents on Monday. On Tuesday, I had to have 2 kids removed because they were like running around throwing shoes at each other and hitting people and like ridiculousness. 1st graders. And so I'm just, yeah. And then Wednesday we had a mock state assessment, so we like pretended that it was normal. So I only actually taught like 1 class, and it was only for like 20 minutes because we had like a pep rally and we had testing all morning, and it was just like all sorts of messed up. And then yesterday it had been so bad, y'all, that I did not want to go to school. I even asked my husband, I was like, do I have to go to school? And he was like, no, which is the wrong answer. I was like, that is not helping me. Like, you have to say, yes, I need to go to school because otherwise I'll just stay home. But, and then yesterday actually went really well. Even like my 5th grade, I told you they'd been terrible. And they have a teaching assistant that comes with them. And she wasn't there yesterday. And I was like, this is going to be terrible. But they came in and they like sat down quietly and started looking at the questions on the board and actually were like paying attention. And we actually got through like centers. I did not think that was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen when their TA was in there. I really didn't think it was going to happen when it was just me. So I was pretty excited about that. In my 1st grade, it was definitely our first week of the best week of the whole year, or best. Ugh. It was definitely the best day of the week so far. So hopefully today goes even better than yesterday did, because yesterday it really truly did go well. And like my kindergarten has been awesome this week, using their little singing voices, and yesterday we were playing a game. They like didn't even need me, which is like my favorite thing ever. And yeah, so just, and my 4th grade has been so wonderful. So hopefully today will go really well. I do intentionally make Fridays a little bit easier, and you know, by Friday the kids are tired and I'm tired, and sometimes we're behind and I need to catch up. So I intentionally like don't put very many things on Fridays because I felt like we just never got through everything. So hopefully that means that today will go well. I have a few things to do. I have to copy like everything in the world. I need to put some stuff on donors choose. I need to do a reflection for something. I need to put some grades in, and I need to cut up some keyboard tests. So my 4th and 5th graders are doing piano, group piano, because I have, you know, my keyboard lab, and y'all, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I do know more than I did last year, which is helpful. So we're gonna do this piano quiz today. It's super simple. Basically, they're gonna come in, we're gonna play a game, we're gonna do this, and then they get to go to the keyboards and just play however they want. I told them if they were on task all week, then they could have free time today and just make up their own stuff. So all they have to do is write the letters on each of the keys, write what those are. Easy peasy. It should take not very much time at all. I copied these yesterday, and so I need to cut them up today. to switch my I can statements after, 2 weeks of being on these. So there's my new one for 4th and 5th grade, 2nd and 3rd, and kindergarten and 1st grade. So I am getting onto my grade book, and I sat down and saw an email from my principal, and it said that next week, since we are testing, that we can wear comfortable shoes in the classroom, but not outside the classroom, which I just think is really funny that's just, I don't know. I just think that's really funny. I don't know. Does your principal do that? Actually, I'm surprised she's letting us wear them at all. She's not really into dress downs. I'm also surprised. I actually am dressed down today because I was one of the first 10 people at the staff meeting the other day, and she's been giving the first 10 people a dress down, and that's not why I was the first 10 people. I just happened to be there because I get to school early. But yeah. All right, so it is lunchtime. I did get lots of stuff done this morning, even got some grades in, and right now I'm just gonna kind of chill out. The morning went pretty well. My 3rd grade they came inside, they did the song Ickle Ockle, and everybody got to hold a solfege fish, and we sang the song and walked around, and then when we got to the end of the song, we stopped, turned to whoever you're closest to, and sing the pattern that they have. They sing yours, and then we went back to singing and walking around, so that was fun. They started to get a little bit wild with it, but not too bad. And then after that, we played through the song Breezes Are Blowing. I'm gonna pull up the PowerPoint so you can see what it looks like. Ostinatos, they were up here on the board. And this is something that's in my TPT shop. If you are wanting to use it, you can go over there and buy it. I'll link it down below. And so we went through and we just played these on body percussion, and it said the words like breezes blowing all around. Breezes blowing all around. And then I sang the song Breezes Are Blowing over top of it. And then we tried Raindrop, and then we did Ocean, and we actually skipped this one. And then I gave half the class castanets and half of them egg shakers, and the castanets played Breezes Blowing All Around, and the egg shakers played Raindrop, Raindrop. And then we tried to sing along with that, which is mostly me singing because this is because that's a lot of stuff for a 3rd grader, and that's okay. And then we added the rain stick. I have 3 of those over there, and so we added that in and just had them play. Basically, they just continued to play the whole time, so that was really fun. And then, like I mentioned earlier, my 4th grade played a game, did their quiz, went to the keyboards. My 5th grade, we just went over our board work. First thing that we do, I always put questions on the board for them to answer, and then after that we went to the keyboards. And actually, I told you my 5th grade comes with another teacher, and literally it was like half of the class sitting in their seat, totally fine, perfect, and the other half was like crowded around her, and I don't know what was going on, but they're all talking and arguing, and it was like nothing I could do would get their attention. So she ended up, and it was literally, half of them like totally focused, paying attention, answering questions, half of them totally gone. So she just took all of them out of the room, and we had like the nicest class. It was so nice. They just took their quiz, they went over the keyboard, I tested a bunch of people on piano karate, like it was great. It was so nice and so calm. I don't know what they did, I don't know where they went, but that was helpful. She doesn't normally do that. It was just because it was just so bad. And so many of the kids were paying attention. So if she hadn't done that, my original plan was that I was gonna give the other students something to write instead, since they couldn't control their mouths. They were just talking, and I'm sure they had absolutely no idea what I was talking about the entire beginning of class because they weren't paying attention. They haven't been paying attention all week, so they had no idea. And even like to the point where my 4th grade knew all the answers to all the questions on the board immediately. My 5th grade just like didn't know. We've been talking about it all week. We talked about it last year. We've done the treble clef stuff all year because we did recorder, and it's just, I'm like, why do you still not? It's because they don't pay attention. That's all. All right, so I'm going to eat my lunch. I still have 25 minutes, and then after that we'll see how I'm feeling. Sometimes I play piano during lunchtime, and sometimes I work on my new super secret project that's going in this notebook. All right, so don't judge my closet, but I have been trying to figure out what to do with these stick horses for the longest time. Like, they've just been laying all over the floor, and I guess my custodian decided to pick this place up a little bit, and she stuck them in the music stand holder. That looks really dumb because I didn't actually touch it. She stuck them in the music stand holder, and that is so smart, and I did not think of that. So I have about 10 more minutes, so I'm going to work on my super secret plan right now. I'm working through planning some stuff out that I will let you know once I know exactly how it's going to go and all of those things, and just make sure all my ducks are in a row before I announce anything. But I am very, very excited about it. I have a bunch of follow-ups if this goes well, so hopefully it does. And then when I get to about 2 minutes before they're supposed to come, I'm gonna go, or my first grade's supposed to come, and then when I get to about 2 minutes before my first grade's gonna come, I'm going to go open the door, and I'll sit at my piano until they come in. Hey guys, it is the end of the day. I just clocked out, so I am like ready to go, and I'm looking now. I usually pick up like 3 things before I leave, but everything is pretty clean today. So there's not really that much to put away. The afternoon went pretty well. My first grade has been terrible this week, like just absolutely positively awful. And today was definitely our best day. Yesterday was okay. Today was even better. It wasn't fabulous, but it was better. So I'm, okay with better. And then my kindergarten was pretty stinking good. I had my planning. I was planning during my planning to do a bunch of copying, but the copier was in use for all the testing stuff, so that didn't happen. So I just worked on some stuff that I needed to get together, like PowerPoints and rhythm cards that I need for my classroom and stuff like that, just like little things that needed to get done, so I'm glad that they did. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I had second grade, and they were great, no complaints. So kindergarten, first, and second grade are all doing a program called Musical Explorers, where they learn about 3 different types of music, and then they get to go to a concert where they see the artists they've been listening to, the songs we've been listening to, and it's super, super fun. So today was the last day I was going to see them before the concert, so we had like a review day basically. So we just like went through all of them. So we went through all the different styles. We learned about, we did Irish music, so we did the Rattling Bog, and we used our hands to show each of the things in the bog, and we did Tell Me Ma When I Go Home. I have a whole blog post about those songs, so I will link that down below for you. And we kept the steady beat with some castanets, which are not Irish, but whatever. And then we listened to some Zydeco music, and we just played freeze dance. I know some people are anti-freeze dance. I like it in moderation, and the kids will work really hard for it, so that's not awesome. And then we listened to musical theater, was our third style, so we listened to The Sound of Music, the Do Re Mi song, and we used our hand signs, so we had to learn them all, which was interesting and fun. I even told some of them, I was like, okay, now we really know So, and we know Mi, and we know La, and we just learned Do. And the other ones, I'm gonna tell you what they are, but we're gonna pretend like we don't know them. So we're gonna know them for this, but we don't know them yet. And they're like, okay. And so now they feel like it's this big secret. So they were like, oh, okay, we can keep the secret, Miss Davis. We won't tell anybody. It was really funny. And then we listened to Somewhere from West Side Story, and we voted to try to decide whether it sounded happy or sad or anything. And I just had them sit and listen. They just sat and closed their eyes. I told them they could sit still and listen, or they could move their body a little bit as long as they stayed in their dot. And the younger kids do really well with that, because the ones who need to move can, and the ones who don't want to don't have to. And it actually does, they focus really well on the songs. I do that periodically, not often, but I do try to do it just so that they get used to like listening to a song. So I am about to head out. I'm just going to close down my computer. Like I said, my room is pretty clean. I'm not too concerned about it, but I do want to show you the rhythm cards I'm working on. So I'll do that real quick.
So I just posted my black and white rhythm cards to TPT, although this is my level 1, that's why it's got a 1 down here, and this is not available on TPT. This is available in the free resource library on my website. So if you are wanting free Ta, TT, and quarter rest cards, go to the link down below where it says free resource library, and you can sign up to join the free resource library, and you can get this and everything else that's in there. I have a ton of stuff I add like every month. This is this month's thing, and I'm going through and I'm making, so those are black and white, and I have level 2 and level 3 in my TPT shop, and then I'm making watercolor ones, and then I think I'm gonna do like seasonal ones and stuff, because I really enjoy the seasonal stuff. I just think it's really fun. So yeah, that's what really important things. So this is something that I worked on a little bit earlier, and hopefully we'll get done. And these are the ones that I'm gonna print out for my classroom because I like the colors.
All right, so I am about to turn the lights off and head out the door. I hope you enjoyed this. If you found anything interesting or helpful or anything, please like, subscribe, and share so that we can share some stuff with other teachers. And if you have any questions, please let me know what they are down below. And have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, because I am doing this on a Friday. Have a wonderful week.